All right, well, welcome everyone today to this webcast where we're meeting with our community partners. And we're going to go ahead and start today with our healthcare professionals from the Department of Webster County Public Health, Carrie, with Webster County Public Health.
Thanks, Matt. Yes, so this week, Webster County did receive its second positive COVID case. We were anticipating it because we do know there's community spread in Iowa and in Webster County. We continue to request our residents to stay home unless that trip is absolutely necessary. Continue to wash your hands, cover your coughs, and wipe down those surfaces that you regularly touch. Staying at home will help us stop the spread, and that is our ultimate goal. Last week, the CDC offered some guidance to Americans to consider wearing a cloth face mask, so we wanted to just give a little bit of information about that. Cloth masks are designed to keep your germs inside. The masks won't help keep germs from reaching you. So our advice is to throw those cloth masks in the washing machine with some detergent and wash them. When you remove them, if you use your one finger loop around the ear to take it off, and don't touch the front of that mask because that would, cross-contaminate anything. If you consider wearing a cloth mask, we ask that it's a cloth mask and it's not those surgical masks or those N95s, because they are in short supply, and we really want to have those masks designated to our healthcare workers. If you have surgical masks or N95, we ask that you consider donating it because the masks will be in short supply. Another message we want from the health department is that we know this is really a scary and difficult time. Our leadership here in the county is working really hard to keep all of our residents safe. With the wonderful spring weather, we do encourage you to step outside of your home and enjoy the sun and the fresh air. Go for a walk or a bike ride. Remain 6 feet apart. Exercise will help combat this cabin fever and anxiety that people may be feeling, and actually it's healthy for you. If you're struggling, we've heard of a couple people that might be needing some assistance. There are mental health services available in our county, and they are just a phone call away. If you need some assistance, please call our office and we can get you directed to the appropriate services. And the last message that I need you to hear from our public health department is this week is National Public Health Week. I am so extremely grateful for the staff here at the health department. They continuously, seamlessly juggle every aspect of this public health emergency while continuing to provide home health, WIC, general assistance, child health services in the community. We've set up the incident command structure to help oversee the declaration of the public health from the governor and the president. There's so much going on behind the scenes that I can't thank my staff enough who readily jumped in to take care of everything that I've asked them to do. I cannot sing their praises any higher than this type of proclamation to them. Lastly, I want to thank the Webster County residents who are heeding our recommendations to stay at home unless your trip is essential. I know that this has made Holy Week and Easter Sunday look and feel extremely different this year. We know that Easter Sunday dinner may be spent at home instead of with relatives. But the message is we need to stop this spread. And by doing that, we need to remain vigilant and stay home. When we're able to come together again, we want everyone to be there with us. So this weekend, we encourage FaceTiming or Zooming with your friends and family. Hold an Easter egg hunt virtually with family and friends in your home with your children. We know it's not ideal, but we appreciate everyone's effort to remain at home and to stop the spread of this virus. So our last message is stay home and be safe. Thank you from the Public Health Agency.
Terrific. Thank you for the update, Carrie. We appreciate it very much. And both of Unity Point and Webster County Public Health have been great partners in keeping us informed of what's going on in our healthcare world. So thank you. All right. Up next is going to be our state legislature folks, and I think joining us today is Ann Myers, our representative. Ann, would you like to go next?
Sure, absolutely. One of the big things that is going to be coming out tomorrow, I spoke with Dylan about this late last week. There's going to be some EMS interventions, a proclamation. And we're not exactly sure everything that's going to make it in, but the priorities that Dylan had mentioned as far as personal protective equipment and staffing, regulations on getting new people in, because we are going to need as many people as possible. And so that will be coming out by the end of the week. So that's new on the horizon. And again, I'm just going to go over shelter in place again, because that has been a big topic for, I know a lot of the city folks and county people and me as well. People are concerned that there's not an actual shelter in place order. It is, we have comparisons on what every state is doing as far as shelter in place, and we are in place, and we are doing all of those things and some more than other states that actually have that order. I again want to encourage everyone to stay in, even if you're healthy, only go out for essentials. That's very important, because a lot of people could be actually carrying the virus and not know it. They could be asymptomatic. So we really want to encourage the social distancing. That's it from my end. That's new. So I'll turn it back to you, Matt.
Thank you, Representative Myers. I appreciate your update. And along the lines of our state partners, our local partners, I see Supervisor Conrad. Nikki Conrad is also with us today. Nikki, do you want to give us a quick update on what's going on the county level?
Absolutely. Thanks, Matt. First and foremost, I want to extend my thoughts out to the patient who has been our second confirmed case, their loved ones, and as well as their team of medical professionals. We've received a lot of questions, many of them that we simply cannot answer, or we'd be in violation of HIPAA laws. The important thing to stress to the community is that we have 2 confirmed cases and that everyone needs to be extra vigilant. I'd like to reiterate what others have said. Stay home, even if you're healthy, only leave for essentials, wash your hands, all of the things that you've been hearing ad nauseum in the past month. Like so many of you, several of my loved ones are on the front lines of this pandemic, and we just need to reiterate to the community that we absolutely need to protect ourselves, our loved ones, and also the people who are there on the front lines of this. They're going to need our support more than ever. But with that, again, just want to extend our thoughts to the patient, their loved ones, and the medical community and the first responders. And then I'll continue with someone who knows more than I do. Thanks so much.
Thank you, Nikki, and I appreciate all the efforts from the county and the coordination between the city and the county and our state government. It's been a great partnership, so thank you. Speaking of partnerships, one of the organizations leading our partnerships here on a local level in Webster County is emergency management, and joining us today is Dylan, who is the Director of Emergency Management here in Webster County. Dylan, do you want to give a quick update?
Sure, thanks, Matt. We do continue to look at the logistical side of things to make sure everybody has the proper PPE and equipment that they need. We are trying to procure as much as we can without, just say, stockpiling the equipment. The state's kind of set guidelines that we only want to keep a 7-day supply of equipment at this point in time, just due to the widespread need of the equipment. So I sent out a update to our first responders, healthcare partners this morning with an updated resource request form. Those all will come back to me, and we'll get those filled as best as we can to keep our folks safe in the community.
Terrific, Dylan. Thank you very much for your update. And emergency management's been very busy collaborating with all of our local partners. So thank you, Dylan, and Webster County Emergency Management. One of our other partners that is always of great interest is our schools and our college here in Fort Dodge. And we'll start off with Iowa Central President, Dr. Kinney. Dr. Kinney, you want to give an update on how things are going at Iowa Central?
Yeah, that'd be great, Matt. First of all, thanks to all the healthcare workers out there and definitely the educators. We've had to adapt to a lot of new situations here at Iowa Central. We're going online for the remainder of the semester here. I think our faculty staff have stepped up, doing an outstanding job in regards to that. Still little tweaks that we're working out. More importantly, we continue to send more and more staff at home. Now we're down to our essential staff, and really trying to keep that stay at home very important. We want to get our fall semester up and going right away, in August. And as long as our people are out doing that, that's going to be difficult for us. So we want to really stress the stay at home right now, and we'll continue to we monitor the situation as we're going forward. We'll see what happens with our summer school, probably be online, but we'll continue to move forward and do that at this time. So thanks, Matt.
Terrific. Thank you, Dr. Kinney and Iowa Central. Our two school partners, also school partners here today, are Dr. Ulrich with Fort Dodge Senior High School and Fort Dodge Schools, and President Mary Give with St. Edmunds. Mary, do you want to start today?
Sure. Hi. A couple of things that we've done since we last visited. We've shut down all our outside activities, the arena, the track, all our playgrounds, all that kind of stuff we've shut down for the time. I also sent out a survey last week to our parents about, what they're feeling, kind of, are we giving the kids too much work? Do they have internet? Do they have a device? We're just hearing a lot of things. So I wanted to hear from the parents. So I had great response, probably 240 responses. So based on that, Lauren, based on that, we have put together a hybrid approach to learning. So our preschool through 7th grade is going to continue with the voluntary learning. The teachers will provide resources, but a little more in spelling, reading, math, the essential skills that they need to go on to the next grade. The 8th through 12th graders, because we provide them with their own device, we are going to, starting on April 13th, move to continuous learning. They're going to be learning new content. They're going to get the 4th quarter curriculum. They'll be graded. Participation will be, mandatory. We're going to record it, either Zoom, Google Classroom, and then they can watch it, because I know some kids are working right now during the day, so it'll be recorded so they can watch it in the evening. We have some parents working during the day, so then they can watch it also in the evenings with their kids. But we also have our staff has set up office hours, so I will publicize those, put those on our website so that they know that I can get a hold of this teacher this specific time to answer some questions, maybe about math or, whatever area they might need a little help with. Let's see, all the students we had, in case you went by St. Ed's today, we had lots of garbage bags out along the curbside. All students were in. We staggered when they could come in and pick up their belongings. The custodians and I have emptied out their lockers and put everything in a bag. So all the students have their stuff, 8 through 12. Teachers have all gotten their materials. So we're good to go to the end of the year if we need to, but I'm still very optimistic. I'm going to stay optimistic we can get back after April 30th. But that's what we're doing at St. Ed's.
Absolutely. Thank you. Mary, that was a great update. And just like the Zoom meetings, lots of you at home are on. Every once in a while, you might hear a dog bark or a little ruckus in the background. But hey, we're just like you folks at home that are watching this. We're all trying to live our lives and sheltering in place at our homes. And I think almost everybody, it looks like a couple offices here and a few people at home. So with that, I would like to introduce Dr. Ulrich, and he's going to give us an update on what's going on with our Fort Dodge school system.
Well, thank you, Mayor Bemrick. We keep plugging away here at Fort Dodge Community School District. We as well are down to a minimal group of essential staff within all our buildings. The Department of Education, state of Iowa, provided 3 options for school districts across the state. They could either do nothing and make up the time later. They could continue with voluntary enrichment activities on a voluntary basis, or they could go a required route for educational services. Fort Dodge Community School District will be doing voluntary enrichment activities K-12. The big reason and the big driver behind that is we did surveys as well, and we have 35 to 40% of our families that do not have internet capabilities. So we just simply logistically do not have the ability to require online learning at this time, which is okay, because I really do think that during this time of stress and et cetera, our families need to make sure that they take care of themselves and make sure that they are taking care of the social emotional needs of their children and their families. You know, maybe a silver lining in all of this when we quote unquote get back to normal is maybe we can appreciate the extra family time that we've been having here of late and make sure that we incorporate that into our living when things do come back to normal. The biggest questions that I get right now are about grades and about credits. We're going to be able to give a better answer based on if the governor decides to extend the closure. You know, if the governor does decide to extend the closure, that will change our answer on how we handle credits and how we handle grades. Just a reminder for everyone that grades and credits are a local decision, as well as graduation requirements. So we have the ability right here in Fort Dodge to be able to make those decisions. And the last thing that I wanted to make sure, I don't want to be a wet blanket on a fire, but the Iowa High School Athletic Association, the Iowa Girls Athletic Union came out with a condensed spring schedule where if we were to come back on May 1st, what type of schedule that would look like for the spring sports. I just want folks to tap the brakes and understand that while it is exciting to possibly think about that, we would be literally starting that at about the peak or right after the peak. So let's just reset your expectations for what that could potentially look like. We want to make sure that we maintain safety for all of our students. Yes, we would love for them to have extracurricular activities, but not at the cost of compromising our community's health. So we will continue to follow the guidelines from the CDC as well as our local Webster County Department of Health in all those. And last thing, just like Dr. Kinney had shared, I just want to thank all of our staff for all of the additional work that they're doing. What we are doing in a short amount of time is unprecedented in our country in regards to education. We are not known to move nimbly and change things really quickly, but in this case we have. So appreciate our teachers and all of our staff who are doing the right things for kids.